Vlad's going to have to spam across with his transfusion and just try and weaken Aurelia into a state of pushing back. Now we're going to see Shaco coming in for the gank. He's not going to land anything. Of course, you do see an orange puff of smoke there from Shaco, and he does something in the bushes. So Morgana was kind of on the case. She pulled straight back as soon as she saw that, and managed to get herself out of that ganking possibility. Skarner isn't necessarily the quickest of junglers. He does have a slow, of course, and his Impale at level 6 is a great ganking tool, so he has to kind of wait to level 6 if, of course, the bot lane really pushes forward, which I wouldn't really expect due to the fact that Caitlyn is ranged and can just harass the crap out of them. Then maybe Skarner's going to get involved at bot lane, but until then, I think he's basically just going to farm across, as you are going to see our Twist Advance coming in, and Lee Sin jumping as well onto his teammate. Big damage coming in there from the two onto Caitlyn, but of course Soraka there with the heal, and Caitlyn's Summoner Spell heal is going to be more than enough to counteract that early try at first blood. Gold though has, well, I'm saying that, but actually top lane's got first blood. Aurelia and Shaco coming together. Shaco ganking, of course, is such a great early ganker with his Deceive, can just pop out. It's basically a flash plus stealth all in one, and with his Jack-in-the-Boxes on his Shiv as well, it's a great ganking potential. Bot lane's also picked up a killer as Maokai and Lee Sin will jump on top of Caitlyn, rinse and repeating from the last time. This time though, Caitlyn didn't have that heal out of cooldown, and she will get dropped. Skarner is going to try and come down to fend off the two attackers here, perhaps pick up some farm while Caitlyn's away. Both the bot lane though, for Western Pieces, are going to go ahead and recall. Obviously picked up a fairly nice amount of gold. Going to see Maokai picking up that ruby crystal for the plus 180 health. Also picked up the fairy charm and a ward as well. Lee Sin's going to get the boots and 4 health pots, so just going to go for some sustain at bot lane. But I don't think Aurelia actually went back, or did she? No, I don't believe she did. And you're now going to see Shaco coming in once again. Vladimir's in all kinds of trouble. He has used that pool to try and escape, but they've ignited him down. I think this is going to be another kill to the two at top, and indeed it will be. This time Shaco picks it up, with Aurelia getting the assist there onto Vlad. Vlad way overextending, doesn't have a ward down, couldn't see Shaco coming. Once again, Deceive coming out on top. It's a real gap closer is Deceive, because you just kind of jump over a wall and suddenly you're behind an enemy player. I mean, Vladimir tried his best to use that pool to get out of there, tried his best to use a sanguine pool to escape, but unfortunately it just ended up weakening. Of course, it does cost him 20% of his current health, so maybe not the greatest of ideas. Could see what he was trying to do, but with that exhaust straight afterwards, he was in no man's land, up the creek without a paddle. So 3 quick kills to Rest in Pieces, looking to do what they did exactly last game, carbon copy, and they are already 2.1k up on players with attitude. This bot lane, this Caitlyn hasn't been able to do too much. That twisted advance, as soon as it lands on her from Maokai, Lee Sin of course can jump on top of Maokai as well, giving him that shield, the safeguard slash iron will. And it just means he can get very, very close to Caitlyn within a matter of seconds. Then, of course, on top of that, he's got the Sonic Wave and Resonating Strike. So it's all about the jumping capabilities at bot lane for these two. And look at Caitlyn. Look how passive these two are playing at bot. Caitlyn is getting no farm whatsoever. She's currently on 26 creep score to Lee Sin's 26. And when you consider that she's an AD range, I mean, that's not too good. Not too good to say the least. And now into mid. Morgana misses that Dark Binding onto Gragas. Let's have a look at the creep differential between these two. Morgana's landed 28 creep score, and look at Gragas on 49. Huge difference coming out there just about 7 minutes into this. Shaco is basically just roaming around. He's just going top, he's just going bottom, he's just going mid, and of course he's always a huge thorn in the side of any opposition, because they don't know who he's going to strike next. Looks like he has his sights on Morgana, although I think he may be going up for blue buff here, trying to steal it. Has to be careful. The Skarner's coming up, but he has a very smart Jack-in-the-Box. That's a scouting tool more than anything else. As soon as he sees Skarner getting feared, he's going to get out of dodge. He could actually go for this, because Skarner, for some reason, is going to try and kill the Jack-in-the-Box instead, and somehow Shaco has managed to pick up that blue. Skarner, why were you going for the Jack-in-the-Box when Shaco was taking down blue buff? I have absolutely no idea. His smite was off cooldown, so he had about 10-15 seconds left on the smite. Even more reason to get in amongst the action and try and take Shaco down, or at least try and get that last hit onto blue instead of taking his Jack-in-the-Box. That for me was a bit of a failed decision. but I'm just the caster. I'm not playing this at the moment. These two teams have gotten very far in this tournament, so I don't mean any flame towards either of them. But still, for me, that was a bit of a 50-50 iffy call at best, I'd say. Either way, he's gone to red, and of course, being Skarner, he's going to pick that up with ease, uses the smite to take it down. Bot lane is just pushing forward like bosses, and Skarner has very little mana remaining, so I don't think he's going to be able to get down here and get a gank on the cars. He's just going to take Golem instead. Both of the bot lane are going to go ahead and recall here. Going to go and buy up more. Going to see Heart of Gold coming in from Maokai, and Lee Sin stacking up on those Doran's blades, and 4 health pots as well, why not? And it's looking all too easy for them two at bot at the moment. Aurelia's already picked up that Wit's End, which especially against Vlad is absolutely beast. Because of course the attack speed, the magic resist, and her passives, for example, you can see here her basic attacks do 42 bonus magic damage, and your basic attacks increase your magic resist by 5 for 5 seconds, and it stacks up to 4 times. So of course you can very quickly get 20 extra magic resist in just a few seconds. So a great item against Vladimir. Vlad's going to go down and ward, but he could get caught out here from Aurelia. Of course, Aurelia has a ward in there as well. She's 2 levels ahead of Vlad right now. So she definitely has the upper hand in this top lane. Well, let's have a look at the gold difference. Gold difference 2.6k. Just moved on to 2.7k. Skarner's will be coming up into mid. Don't think he's going to be able to land a gank onto Gragas here. Of course, Gragas has that body slam, and he's got about 10 seconds remaining on explosive cask as well. The beautiful thing about his ultimate is he can just knock people back with that. As we are going to see another kill coming in from Aurelia really comfortably onto Vladimir at top. That's the power of Wit's End. Vladimir just can't do any damage whatsoever to Aurelia. And she is going to move further ahead on Creep Store, going to move further ahead on that level advantage as well. Another kill comes in mid, going to be Gragas dropping there. Shaco looked to come up for the gank, but it's a bit too little too late for him. Is he going to go for Dragon? That's the question. Or is he going to be flashing over here with Deceive? He is actually going to catch Skarner, but he's going to be in all kinds of problems here. As Morgana's came as well, she did actually miss that Dark Binding, hit a Jack in the Box, I believe. He's now going to pop his ultimate now, and he's going to get down from Skarner as well, so big play coming in from Skarner. Shaco deceived across the walls. Of course, his Deceive was on cooldown, couldn't use it to escape again, and his flash, well, he doesn't actually have a flash, so that's the problem. He has Exhaust and Smite. So as soon as he's popped that Deceive, he is quite vulnerable unless he gets a kill. Huge action going on bot lane. Skarner's coming into heavy fire from both bot lane characters here. As you're going to see Lee Sin jumping on, you can just see the amount of damage they're doing. I think Skarner's going to drop here, although he actually may not. And Caitlyn could pick up the kill. She'll pick up one. And a trap's going to also take down, perhaps, Maokai. He has jumped onto an enemy. Oh my god, huge play coming from Maokai. Twisted advance onto a creep, getting out of range from Caitlyn. And that will be him just escaping by the skin of his teeth. Very nearly saw pwA come back there to make this a 4-4. Huge play from Maokai though. Smart, sensible play under fire. It's those kind of snap decisions that win or lose you a game. And we are still, with all that being said and done, going to see a goal difference of about 1.6 or 7k coming into play here. Although Gragas is going to be continuing to farm in mid. So, what items are we going to see getting picked up from these two teams? Caitlyn has just gone back. Well, she hasn't actually gone back. She was just spending some more mana, but she has got the Doran's Blade, the Madrid's Razors. I want to see Skarner picking up that Kindle Gem. And he also has Philo Stones, so probably going to go for the Reverie here. He also has the Ninja Tabby Boots. Could be a Dragon on the cards, or that Clairvoyance has came down, perhaps shutting down that initial push onto Dragon. Just going to see Shaco there by himself, putting down those Jack-in-the-Boxes. Looks like he is actually going to be going for this Dragon here. He's popped his ultimate as well, so Hallucinate has been burnt. But Maokai is going to be on top of Dragon. Now you see the cavalry coming in from pwA. Shaco's going to flash over. Seems that pwA realise what's going on, but there is a ward there on top of Morgana, so Shaco can play this one safe. They have weakened Dragon though, so perhaps pwA can pick this one up. Is the smite up though from Skarner? Yes, it is up from Skarner, so they should be able to get this, but so is Shaco's smite as well. Maokai's going to pop down the ultimate, so good for utility for his team. The ultimate comes down from Vladimir as well, but a very early death from Skarner in this team fight is going to be detrimental for his team, as Gragas is going to body slam his way over that wall, doing huge damage onto Vlad and Caitlyn as well, and this should be, at the end result of that team fight, even though just one death came about, Vladimir was heavily crippled as well. That should be an easy dragon going into the hands of Rest in Pieces here. Morgana's going to try and do her best to get some harassment, but they have a sapling at the top of this river. They also have a Jack-in-the-Box on the opposite side of Dragon as well. So they've by and large got vision and harassment on their side. They are going to pick up that dragon. It's going to be about a 4k gold difference now in favour of Rest in Pieces. 2 kill advantage as well. No early towers down now after 13 minutes. No towers have been taken as of yet. I don't think any of the towers have really took big damage. I'm just flicking across here, and it looks like all the towers by and large have full HP. The lowest tower is that top tower for pwA, which is on less than half health. The rest of them are by and large full. So it gives you an indication of not too much pushing from either of these sides. Let's have a look at that bot lane again. Caitlyn 64 creep score. Lee Sin 76. He has those Ninja Tabi boots as well, so he's going to be able to counteract a lot of that melee damage that Caitlyn dishes out. Cause 25 armor and reduces that damage taken from non-turret basic attacks by 10%, which could be huge. As Aurelia is going to pick up another kill here. You can even see with that Ignite coming down onto Aurelia just how strong she is. Lost very little health, and she's going to regain that back in time. She's popped those Transcendent Blades, and she's maxed out Hidden Style as well, so she's restoring 26 health on each auto attack. Easy for her. She has both buffs as well. She's got blue and red buff to boot. And this could actually be that top tower going down, as Vladimir has 3 more seconds left on the bench. Is Skarner going to be trying to get in on some of the action? Goes down to the tri-bush. Now going to push down towards the bottom lane. I'm not sure if he's going to try and play this one cool and try and get into that bush undetected. And maybe try for a gank. It's exactly what he's starting to do now. But Maokai is in that bush. Nice positioning from him. They have cottoned on to what's happening here. As you're going to see, the flash coming in, the Impaler as well. The tower has been down at top. And a huge team fight kicking off at bot lane, 3 versus 2. But Maokai's ultimate, of course, is so good for soaking up some of that damage. Vengeful Maelstrom will basically reduce damage by 20% in that kind of situation. So key for him escaping, and also has a very low cooldown as well. Purely down to the basis that it costs mana per second, of course. But either way, he's going to continue to push down in bot lane. Isn't really fazed by the fact that Skarner just tried to eat his face, so to speak. And he's just going to keep himself in amongst the action. Going to try and support Lee Sin as best he can. Another team fight has ensued in mid. I say a team fight was basically a gank, and Gragas completely obliterates Morgana. Shaco once again showing why he is the ganking master from those jungles. And it looks like it's going to be more XP, more gold for those two. So 7-3 overall, guys, in favour to Rest in Pieces. 1 tower up, about 6k gold advantage as well to boot on top of that. And Aurelia is getting ever more fed. 4 kills, 0 deaths, 1 assist. She has the Wit's End, she has the Giant's Belt, looks to be building towards Warmog, so she has Ruby Crystal and Regrowth Pendant on top of that. And on top of all of that as well, she's got Mercury Tread. So she's very, very tanky, and she's very much building magic resist at the moment, which of course is going to counteract Vladimir at top just beautifully. Once again, bot lane looks like it could be about to kick off with some action. Shaco is going to be camping in those bushes. And Skarner has came down as well, but look at that ward once again. The ward coverage from Rest in Pieces has been by and large absolutely exquisite. They've always got wards in these tri-bushes, so Skarner has been spotted from a mile off. They know exactly what's going to be coming. Skarner now pushing back towards the tower, but Shaco's here as well. And of course, if this team fight does go ahead, I definitely put my finger firmly on Rest in Pieces to win it, because Maokai's ultimate is back up again. He's trying to bait out with this recall. I doubt he's going to go for the full recall, probably cancel it right at the end. Indeed, he will do so. Was hoping that Caitlyn would try and stop him. As another frag is going to go at top. I missed that one as I was too busy concentrating at bot lane, but Aurelia once again is going to get the upper hand onto Vladimir. And really, Vladimir is having a woeful game so far. 0 kills, 5 deaths, 0 assists as well. He has just picked up the Hextech Revolver. He also has the Haunting Guys as well, but to be honest, when you have a look at his kind of creep score and items compared to Aurelia's, it's kind of one-sided, guys. 152 to Aurelia, 74 to Vladimir in 17 minutes. I don't really need to say anything else. That is a huge difference, and Aurelia is definitely having the best of top lane. Rest in Pieces are having the best of all lanes. The only lane that hasn't necessarily been a one-sided landslide so far has been mid, but let's hold that thought. Ascana's going to rush in here. He's probably going to try the ultimate onto Lee Sin, but Lee Sin, of course, with the safeguards, just going to jump onto one of his minions, completely get out of dodge, and that ganking attempt has been well and truly thwarted just as quickly as it started off there, and Ascana is going to go back here and try and farm up a tiny bit more. But as I was saying before, oh, a nice barrel there onto Skarner from Gragas. The barrel roll hit him fairly hard as well. I think that was pretty much a raw guess, because there's no ward coverage down whatsoever in that vicinity. As we are going to have another fight kicking off at bot lane. Looks like you're actually going to have a Soraka Caitlyn combo coming out on top there. Vladimir's coming into heavy fire once again. He is going to be dropped from Shaco. It just seems wherever he goes, Aurelia and Shaco are waiting. I don't know how many times Shaco's ganked top now, but it must be 5 or 6 times at least. And to be entirely honest, Vladimir, I haven't seen Skarner at top very much. Really haven't. Maybe 2 or 3 times at max, but Shaco has basically been living there. It looks like Skarner's going to be getting completely crippled here. 3 players jumping on top of him. The explosive cast will come in from Gragas, gets the kill onto Skarner, with Shaco and Aurelia picking up those assists as well. And it's just gold, gold, gold for Rest in Pieces right now. Morgana in mid, didn't even move a muscle, couldn't do anything to save her teammates, and smartly went back to that tower. But mid lane, let's talk about Morgana and Gragas for a few seconds. Morgana's on 128 creep score, Gragas on 185. He has the large rod, he has the blasting wand, and 3 Doran's rings with sorcerer's boots. And let's have a look at Morgana. Just went back to spawn, she picked up the catalyst, and she has a blasting wand, so could very well be going ahead for that Rod of Ages, but Vladimir may fall once again. Indeed, he will do so. Aurelia pushing right down towards the inhib, the top inhib from her team. Bot lane's also getting in the action here. Soraka's been killed from Lee Sin and Maokai. These kind of unorthodox lanes that Rest in Pieces pick up are just working so well for them. And in the meantime, Shaco, amongst all this action, has just been given the chance to pick up this dragon, and indeed he's going to get it with ease as Gragas walks over that trap. Now we're going to see some fire coming in. Maokai is under heavy attack, and he is going to get dropped from Morgana, who pops the ultimate right at the end. Explosive cast comes in. Beautiful there to knock back Caitlyn into the danger zone, and Caitlyn will be dropped. Shaco gets the dark binding landed on his face, but he's not going to drop from that one just yet. Going to pull back now. But really, in every single team fight we've seen, in every 2v2 exchange we've seen, Rest in Pieces come out on top time and time again. It's all too easy for them. Now Aurelia is going to decide to push mid instead to help Gragas take down this tower, give everybody on her team an extra 150 gold in their back pocket. There we go, down it goes, 150 gold to everyone, thank you very much. And of course, taking that mid tower down. Oh god, Vladimir, oh god. I'll interrupt myself because again he's going to get caught out here from Aurelia. I don't see him escaping this. He's popped Sanguine Pool, and that's going to do is actually weaken himself. Aurelia is so tanky, she can easily tower dive Vladimir and then some. Vladimir got his ultimate off, but look, Aurelia escapes with a quarter of her health. No problems whatsoever. That Hemo Plague was nowhere near enough damage to take it down. Aurelia moves on to 7 kills, excuse me. 7 kills, 0 deaths, 3 assists. She has the Warmog, she has Wit's End, and she also has 2 sight wards in her pocket. She's going to go back. Now, how much gold does she have to spend? She has 950 gold. So let's see what she picks up. It's going to be the Chain Vest, plus 45 armor, and some more health pots as well. So she is just going to try and block out some of those AD attacks. Bot lane could very well fall a ward down in the Tribush. Once again, I was commenting on this before, they always have this Tribush warded, and again Skarner's going to get caught with his pants down between his ankles. He has used Impale. Big team fight going to kick off here. Will Lee Sin be dropped from that Ignite? Yes, he will, because Morgana popped off the ultimate. Gragas in all kinds of trouble as well. Did manage to land the stun to Gragas, but Gragas body slammed across onto Dragon, so he's not actually going to get caught just yet. We're going to see Caitlyn coming up now. Maokai's going to use Twisted Advance onto Caitlyn. Going to try and put down some fire. Uses the Arcane Smash as well. And will he actually escape here? You're going to see Gragas try to body slam in front of Caitlyn to block that ultimate, but Maokai was safe anyway. In the meantime, Skarner looks like he's going to get dropped. Caitlyn and no health. Look at how much damage that body slam does. And Shaco's going to come in for the backstab, picking up the double kill. Could actually get a quadra here if he doesn't get killed off the tower first. Now we're going to see It's Cologne trying to take some of that damage. Sapling down from Maokai will land on top of Soraka's head. Soraka also had that Ignite Honor, so I think she was done and dusted either way. But once again, huge team fight advantage going to Rest in Pieces. 3 down from Players with Attitude. Not a single Rest in Pieces player dropped, although Shaco was very close, as was Maokai as well. But close just isn't close enough in this case. Explosive cast very nearly finishes off Morgana, but she manages to escape with 180 HP as that bot tower will be taken down. 17 for 5, so Players of Attitude have improved over the last performance, which I believe ended 18-1 against them. But have a look at that tower difference. 3 towers to Rest in Pieces, 0 for Players of Attitude. Have a look at the kill difference. It's going to be 12 in favour of Players of Attitude. Have a look at the goal difference, 13k in favour of Rest in Pieces. So it's looking ominous, it's looking precarious right now, and I think you're going to see Rest in Pieces taking this lower bracket semi-final matchup and progressing through into the finals here, unless something huge changes, which I don't really see happening. Skarner's going to try and perhaps get the kill onto Lee Sin. He has also impaled Lee Sin, pulling him back towards Morgana. Morgana has landed a very nice dark binding, but I don't think this is enough raw damage to actually take down Lee Sin. Shaco's also in amongst the mixture, did pop a hallucinate, but I don't think he might actually get away here. Yes, in fact he will, deceives through that wall towards the wolves, and will live to fight for another day. Somehow, just somehow, Shaco keeps escaping on little to no health. Not going to pick up that blue, and he has some support from Aurelia, who did just catch a dark binding in the face. Going to pop up Transcendent Blades, going to try and get some of that life back. Shaco's lurking. In the meantime, Maokai has engaged, pops his ultimate down. Massive damage coming from Gragas. Going to see Caitlyn very likely going to fall. There we go. Gragas picks it up. Lee Sin takes down Soraka as well. Morgana is somehow going to try and pull away from Aurelia here. I think she's going to be able to do so because she put that spell shield on herself. Had that black shield in place. But now Lee Sin has landed a beautiful Sonic Wave. Resonating Strike. Ultimates Morgana away from that tower. Think she's going to go down. Yes, she will from Aurelia. Huge play coming in from Lee Sin. Had he not have landed that Sonic Wave, I don't think they would have got the kill. I think Morgana would have been okay to survive. But I landed it. Huge play. Easy kill. Easy peasy. Look at Vladimir, he's so squishy, as a Vlad as well. That's strange to see. Gragas takes him down to little to no health and will land that explosive cask on top of Vladimir and completely wipes him out. And that's going to be an easy Baron to follow here. You're going to see Lee Sin, Maokai and Shaco as well. He's going to pop down Baron. Gragas is going to join in the fun. Aurelia's coming from around the red buff as well. So very one-sided, a commanding lead for Rest in Pieces. Probably going to take down this Baron and then push and force and try and finish this off in the next 5 or so minutes. But let's have a quick look at items, as it's pretty obvious what the outlying score is going to be here, who's going to win this game. But let's have a quick look at the differential. You're going to see Will of the Ancients for Vladimir hasn't even built up a full pair of boots yet. Still has the boots of speed, just the movement enhancement 1. And if you compare that to Aurelia, well, it's pretty huge. You're going to have Atmars, Warmogs, Wit's End and Mercury Treads for Aurelia. And there's huge items on it. You're going to see at the Shrine's Reverie for both Maokai and Skarner. And let's have a look at Gragas' items. He has the Soul Stealer, he has the Death Cap, and as I'm talking about items, Surrender has came in, and I think they realised they couldn't pull themselves back into this as Rest in Pieces had that Baron buff. They're just going to roll through mid, roll through top or bottom and just take this next 5 minutes to save themselves 5 minutes of trouble and extra humiliation called the Surrender. Well, hope you've enjoyed this, guys. A pretty one-sided effort in the end from Rest in Pieces. We'll progress through. Congratulations to them for finding themselves in the finals of the lower brackets. I've been Mattis. We've been following you through Chaos TV, and I hope you've enjoyed these streams, guys. Peace out, and we should have more coming up in the next week or so.